Hi viewers, this is Deepa Lakshmi. I welcome you all to Deepu's Chem classes.
அணுவை துளைத்த ஏழ் கடலை புகட்டே குறுகத்தறித்த குரல்.
Yes, in today's class we are going to see about atoms, atomic mass, relative atomic mass, average atomic mass, molecular mass, mole concept and Avogadro number. So let us see what is atom first. An atom consists of nucleus in the center. Around that circular orbits are formed. Inside the nucleus we have positively charged protons and neutral charged neutrons. Then in the circular orbit negatively charged electrons are revolving. So let us see what is atomic mass. Before that we should know what is atomic number. Atomic number is equal to number of protons. In an atom, the number of positively charged ions and negatively charged ions is always equal. So we can also equate atomic number equal to number of electrons. Okay. Then what is atomic mass? Atomic mass is nothing but sum of number of protons and number of neutrons. That is merely the things or particles which is located inside the nucleus. So the mass of an atom is concentrated on the center. And mass is expressed, atomic mass is expressed in AMU, atomic mass unit, or unified atomic mass. So let us see what is atomic mass unit. Okay, that is AMU. So what is atomic mass unit? It is shortly represented as AMU. Actually, it is defined as 1/12th of the mass of a carbon-12 isotope. 1 AMU is equal to 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 27 kilogram approximately. And this is calculated by considering 1 mole contains the atomic mass of that element and 1 mole contains Avogadro number of atoms 6.023 into 23. So based on that they have calculated for a standard carbon-12 isotope. So they can get the approximate value 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. Then let us see what is relative atomic mass. It is otherwise called standard atomic weight. So it is shortly represented as RAM. So it is not easy to determine the mass of an atom directly because atoms are too small and even it is invisible. Their diameter ranges approximately 10 to the power minus 10 m and their weight approximately 10 to the power minus 27 kg. But it is not possible to measure their weight directly. So we go for a relative scale and based on that scale we are going to determine the atom mass. So like the standard scales used in physics to measure length or volume. For measuring volume some standard measuring cups are used, Then for measuring length, scale, that is ruler, meter scale, everything is used. So centimeter scale it is used. So likewise in order to measure the weight of an atom in chemistry we used some standard scale. In earlier days they have used hydrogen as standard, oxygen as standard and carbon-12 isotope as standard. But anyway carbon-12 is nowadays we are following as a standard one. So according to that concept, relative atomic mass is nothing but the ratio of mass of the isotopes of an element to the 1/12th of the mass of carbon-12 atom. 1/12th of the mass of carbon-12 is otherwise called unified atomic mass. And relative atomic mass is shortly represented as AR. Remember, it is actually a value. Okay, it is actually a ratio, so it has no unit. But if we expressed in gram, then it becomes gram atomic mass. Then let us see average atomic mass. Why should we know average atomic mass? Because in last slide we have seen relative atomic mass is the ratio of average mass of the isotopes of the element to the unified atomic mass. So in order to know a relative atomic mass, we need actually average atomic mass. So we should know what is average atomic mass. It is shortly represented as AAM. So it is actually the weighted average of the masses of naturally occurring isotopes. Isotopes means same element have same atomic number but different atomic mass. That is actually said to be isotopes. So for the same element, the mass is different. For example, if you take hydrogen isotope, we have three isotopes of hydrogen. One is protium H11, deuterium H21, and tritium H31. In all these three cases, which is actually taken as a mass for a hydrogen, we shouldn't know, isn't it or not? So there we need actually average atomic mass. But in order to find out average atomic mass, we should know, or we should consider abundancy of elements also. That is how much percentage it is available from the source. That is also to be considered while calculating the weighted average. So let us see example for carbon isotopes. So carbon 12 isotope and carbon 13 isotope, we are going to find out the average atomic mass. Carbon 12 in nature, it is 99% is present. Carbon 13, 1% is present. That is actually the abundancy of isotopes. Then while we calculate the weighted average, we have to first multiply the abundancy along with the atomic weight of that element. So for carbon 12, it is the atomic weight is 12. Okay, that is atomic mass is 12 into the abundancy 99%. So 99 divided by 100, that is actually 0.99. So 12 into 0.99 plus, then for carbon 13, the atomic mass is 13 and its abundancy is 1%. So 1 divided by 100, 0.01. So it is actually 0.13. So 12 into 0.99 is 11.88 and 13 into 0.01 is 0.13. Just add this two value. So you can get the average atomic weight. Okay. So it is 12.01. So while we consider the mass of carbon, we should consider 12.01 as the average atomic mass. Then another example to calculate average atomic mass is for chlorine isotopes. Chlorine, we have two isotopes. One is chlorine 3517 and another one is 3717. Chlorine 3517 is available in nature by 75.77% and chlorine 37 is 24.23%. So how can you calculate atomic mass, average atomic mass? We have to first multiply by the abundancy as well as atomic weight. So 35 into 75.77. But in previous case they directly divide by 100. But here they on the whole they just divide the term by 100. In any manner you can, or any way you can do it. Okay. So 35 into 75.77 plus for chlorine 37, it is 37 into 24.23 divided by overall 100. Okay. So if you simplify this value, you can get 35.46 actually, not 48, 46 AMU. That is actually taken as the average atomic mass. Do you understand? Then let us see molecule and molecular mass. What is molecule? Combination of two or more atoms and which are held together by some certain chemical bonds. The bonds may be ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate covalent bond, or simply some weak van der Waals forces. Okay, molecular forces. Right. Anyway, so combination of two or more atoms held together by chemical bonds are called molecules. So let us see how can you calculate the relative molecular mass in the same way as relative atomic mass. So which is shortly represented as RMM. Relative molecular mass is actually the ratio of mass of one molecule to the 1/12th of the mass of carbon 12 isotope. Otherwise you can say it is unified atomic mass, right? Anyway, so it is otherwise relative molecular mass. Simply if you say, you can calculate all this. If you calculate the sum of atomic masses of individual elements present in a molecule, then it is said to be relative molecular mass. So let us see example. carbon dioxide. The formula is CO2. For carbon, the atomic mass is 12.01 gram per mole. And for oxygen, per oxygen, in carbon dioxide we have 2 oxygen. Per oxygen it is 16.0 gram per mole. For 2 oxygen atom, multiply the atomic weight by 2. So 16 into 2. 16 into 2, how much you can get? 32. Right. So 32 plus 12. Merely approximately you can get 44.011 AMU or U. Okay. So just simply you can add the atomic masses of elements present in the compound or molecule. You can get the molecular mass of that molecule. Okay. Then let us see the next one, mole concept. So in order to quantify the number of individual items, or in maths, if you see in mathematics, in order to quantify the things, you used to denote special terms like dozen, square paper, okay, bunches and all, isn't it? Or not? That is actually used to represent as a whole. Dozen means 12, square means 25, then bunches means a heap, isn't it? Or not? So likewise, in order to quantify the atoms and molecules in chemistry, we use the term mole. So mole is actually a term used to refer the chemical amount. In Latin word, mole means massive heap. Okay. So actually 1 mole is equated to Avogadro number. Avogadro number value is 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Now what is Avogadro number? So Avogadro number is nothing but number of particles. It may be atoms or ions or molecules present in 1 mole of substance. It is shortly represented as Na. So it is actually Avogadro number was given by Amedeo Avogadro. He is an Italian physicist. Okay, and he has given concept about Avogadro hypothesis also. According to him, Avogadro law, that is Avogadro law is nothing but equal volume of all gases at same temperature and pressure contain same number of molecules or moles. Okay, so he just equated equal volume equal to equal molecules. That is actually Avogadro law. So let us see examples. The 2 equations we are going to see. One is carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. Then another equation, CH4 plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O. That is methane plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus water. Right. So in the first equation, 1 molecule of carbon react with 1 molecule of oxygen and gives 1 molecule of carbon dioxide. We are saying in terms of molecule, but it is not easy to represent in a molecule. Why? Because practically we cannot count the number of molecules. So instead of molecule, we are going to replace the term mole. So 1 mole of carbon combines with 1 mole of oxygen gives 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Okay. Similarly, for the next equation, 1 mole of methane, okay, 1 mole of methane reacts with 2 mole of oxygen gives 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 mole of water. Suppose chemical reactions involving only atoms, scientists used 1 gram atom instead of 1 mole for that. Okay. Thank you all. If you have any suggestions to improve my channel, please comment me in the comment box, and please subscribe, like and share. Thank you once again.